In this lesson, we are going to be working with multiplying and dividing with our inequalities. So, as you take a look at our warm-ups today, we want to work with the multiplication and division of positive and negative numbers called integers. So, we would ask you to do the first section of questions and then we will go through them in class. For example, on number 1, 6 times negative 5. 6 times 5 is 30, and when you have one positive and one negative, it would be negative 30. Or, for example, if you take a look at number 7, 6 divided by 3 is 2, and if you have one positive and one negative, that's going to be a negative 2. Please press pause and finish the warm-ups. Now I want you to take a look at example number 1. Now consider this statement, negative 3 less than 1. Is this true? Yes. Now consider this statement. Negative 3 minus x is less than 1 minus x. Put in the following values for x and then still tell me if the statement is true. So if I have negative 3 take away 5, is that still less than 1 minus 5? So negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Is that still less than negative 4? Yes. Negative 3 minus negative 4, is that still less than 1 minus negative 4? Remember that when you have minus and negative, it changes it to a plus. And so we have 5 on the right side and positive 1 on the left side, and yes, this is still true. If you have x being 0, so I have negative 3 minus 0, is that less than 1 minus 0? Is negative 3 less than 1? Yes, that is still true. And let's try 10. Negative 3 minus 10, is that less than 1 minus 10? Negative 3 minus 10 is negative 13, and 1 minus 10 is negative 9. Yes, it is still true. So use a number line to help decide what numbers are larger if you needed that. Next, example 2. Is this true? Is 5 less than 7? Yes, 5 is smaller than 7. Now let's take a look at multiplying both sides of the inequality by the same number. So let's take a look. 5 times 2, is that less than 7 times 2? Is 10 less than 14? Yes. Let's try multiplying by 10. 5 times 10, is that less than 7 times 10? Is 50 smaller than 70? Yes. Let's multiply by negative 3. 5 times negative 3, is that less than 7 times negative 3? 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Is that smaller than negative 21? No, it's not. Let's take a look at another one. 5 times negative 1, is that less than 7 times negative 1? Is negative 5 smaller than negative 7? No, it isn't. This rule is not going to apply for all cases. What we learned from this example is that when we multiply by a negative number, it will change or flip the inequality statement. Now consider this. Is 4 less than 8? Yes, it is. So what happens if we divide both sides by the same number? 4 divided by 2, is that less than 8 divided by 2? Is 2 less than 4? Yes. Let's divide by 4. 4 divided by 4, is that less than 8 divided by 4? Is 1 smaller than 2? Yes. Let's do a negative number. Is 4 divided by negative 2 smaller than 8 divided by negative 2? Is negative 2 smaller than negative 4? No, it isn't. Let's divide by negative 1. 4 divided by negative 1, is that smaller than 8 divided by negative 1? Is negative 4 smaller than negative 8? No, it is not. So this rule doesn't work for all cases. What we again learned from this example is that when we divide by a negative number, it changes or flips the inequality statement. So dividing each side by a negative number, the resulting statement is not true. We need to flip the inequality symbol. Remember that greater numbers are always to the right on the number line. Even though the digit gets bigger as you go to the left, it makes the number smaller. If you multiply or divide by a negative number, you have to reverse the inequality symbol. I'd like you to try these next examples. I'm going to do the first one with you. 3 times, we're going to substitute in 2. Is that less than 5 times 2? Is 6 less than 10? Yes. Please finish the other 3 examples and we will take a look at them in class.